For this exercise, we're going to write a JavaScript program that reads in a list of names, comma delimited, and then uses a regular expression to change the order of the names from first name, to last name, comma, first name. And we're going to do this in JavaScript, but not the JavaScript that resides in the web browser. Instead, we're going to use a JavaScript shell program that allows you to write JavaScript programs from the command line, so that you can use JavaScript as a truly general-purpose scripting language. And I find that very advantageous when I want to write a quick script, because I know JavaScript so well. Rather than having to fumble around with some other language, I can just use my JavaScript from the command line. So to get the JavaScript shell, you need to go to the Mozilla Developer Network page for the shell. And to get there, I just Googled SpiderMonkey, which is the name of the distribution, and then JavaScript shell nightly build. I'm not sure if I needed all that, but it got me to this page. And if you look right here at the beginning of the page, you'll see it has a link for nightly builds. Now, also on this page is a nice reference manual to look at some of the built-in functions and commands in the language, and you'll want to be sure to look at that later on. But for now, click on the nightly builds link, and it'll take you to all the builds for Firefox and its different tools. And one of those tools down at the bottom is the JavaScript shell. So you'll see that it has links for 3 different environments, well, 3 major environments, Linux, Mac, and Windows. So you pick the download that's correct for you, click the link, and then you'll be set up in no time. It's a very simple zip file. I already have it downloaded, and I put it in a subdirectory called JS. Now, the JavaScript shell can be used in 2 ways. You can use it interactively as an interactive read-eval print loop program or a REPL by typing JS, and then I can just execute commands. Or you can also use it as a script interpreter. So I can open a file, hello.js, exit and save, and then to execute the script, I just type JS and the name of the file, hello.js, and it executes the script. So that's how you use the JavaScript shell, and I would greatly recommend that you download and use it. It's a great way to use JavaScript when you need a scripting language that's easy to use from the command line. Now, let's get on to the task at hand. Our file looks like this. We have a set of names delimited by a comma. So what we want to do is we want to write a JavaScript program to read those names in and then change the order. So we'll call this names.js. First thing I want to do is read the names into my program. There's a read function that will read the contents of a file and store it in a variable. Then I want to split the contents of the variable and store each individual name in an array element. So I create an array names by calling the split function on my list variable. Next, I'm going to write my pattern out. So we'll do that. Looking for words separated by spaces. You'll want your file to be fairly well formed. Then we're just going to write a loop that will loop through the array. First, we'll print the name as it was read in from the file. Then we'll call the replace function with our pattern, and then we're going to use our named groups, because notice that the first word is in a group and the second word is in a group, to change the order. And then we'll print that out so we can see the original name and then the changed name. So we'll exit and save this file. Then we'll execute the script. So there we have Cynthia Fehrenbach, comma Cynthia, David Durr, comma David, Raymond Williams, comma Raymond, Jennifer Ingram, comma Jennifer, and finally Clayton Ruff, comma Clayton. So that's how you would reverse order, and then also we're adding a comma in. So we're doing more than just reversing the order, we're also adding a comma. But that's how we do it using JavaScript. So you've learned 2 interesting things here: how to change the order of the contents of a string, and also how to use the JavaScript shell that's part of the SpiderMonkey source distribution from Mozilla. And with that, that wraps up this exercise.